So returning players to Arcade 4.5 Fresh Start. It's very exciting. You know, with the staggered release of content and such. There's definitely a few changes that have been made, especially with the last kind of updates since the last Fresh Start. Since kind of Reckoning days, or, you know, if you played Morpheus and that was the last server you've played on, then there's some pretty big changes. I just want to briefly run over some of the more important ones that the players are going to face. You know, within the initial 2 months, you know, there might be later videos and stuff like that, or later things to address when we do get the extra content. Today I'm just going to run over the main ones that I think returning players are going to run into, these changes that, you know, maybe preemptively knowing is going to help you along the way. So with 4.5, you know, there's the new updates for like the bosses and stuff like that, like dragon pets and things like that. From what I can see, don't get too hyped about this just yet. I think it requires a red dragon kill, which isn't going to happen on the servers for Fresh Start in a little while anyway. Because, you know, guilds are only going to be 30 man capable, you know, from the start. Once leveled up, they can reach a max of 50. So sub-guilds and stuff like that are going to be pretty big, so keep an eye out for that. If you have friends that you want to play with, or ex-guild mates and stuff like that, maybe a sub-guild will do you well. That way you can play with other friends as well. So with Fresh Start this time, with the release of content over time as well, max gear we're going to have is magnificent for crafted, but also at the same time we've got stuff like GHA and things like that, which bonus effect might be a bit better for you. I know GHA gives a really good buff for archers. For example, the leather there is really good, but also at the same time, don't shy away from the other dungeon gear as well. They have some pretty good bonus effects on them, although for example myself, I'm just a bit more interested in just crafting my magnificent, as I'm going to be, you know, working for that Delphinad, which in the end is going to be a bit easier to craft. Now, just following along here, let's see, there's been some pretty good improvements towards the crafting system in multiple ways. You know, now we have a crafting board where you can pop up an item that you want crafted. Someone can complete that job for you for a price, or you set the price. If they agree to it, they'll craft it for you. This kind of removes the chances of being scammed, you know, for people that are wanting to craft a higher tier item. They're not giving away all the materials and someone's going to run off with the final product and sell it. As you can see here on the screen now, this is, yeah, the board. Someone's offering or wanting these items to be crafted. Someone with the right proficiency can come along, craft it, make a bit of gold, which is excellent. I think more incentive to get those higher proficiencies for the crafting, which is going to be really cool. Another thing is Delphinad, up to Delphinad is now easier to craft, so keep an eye on that. I wouldn't say Obsidian is very necessary at this point in the game, at least armor. Weapons are still really good for bonuses. And the next thing is trade packs. I get a lot of older game friends and, you know, friends I'm going to be playing with this time who say a pack's still going to be the best way to spend our labor. Well, you still have normal packs, but you don't hand them in to wherever you want anymore. Rather, they all come to the main ports of the nations. So for West, you have Cinderstone, Two Crowns, and Solstreed, and on the East, you have Ynastir, Villanelle, and Solace. Now, inland packs that you craft inland need to be handed into these ports, and there's a new pack system for cargo, which is what you trade overseas now. So these packs, or these cargo packs that you trade overseas, are generated by the packs that are made inland. So if I hand in, for example, 14 normal packs that I've crafted, you know, that might generate a number of cargo that I can then take overseas. And once a number of that certain cargo is handed overseas, it may generate another pack that can then be handed inland for charcoal, for example. So these trade warehouses, like what you can see here on the screen at the moment, very big, does change the game a lot, and I think it's going to be perfect for pirating in 4.5, which is going to be, I think, pretty good, you know, opening up with not too much map to really be working around. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of action on the seas, which is always fun. You know, defending, or whether you are a pirate, it can definitely be a fun game. So that'd definitely be the biggest changes for me there. The pack system isn't quite as straightforward as it used to be. Of course, have a look into all of this yourself. This should be all available in patch notes and previous patch notes, but a lot of this information isn't going to be in the 4.5 patch notes. Best to check. If you're a bit confused about something, jump onto the PTS. They do have the 4.5 build on the PTS here at the moment, but Fresh Start is going to be out in the next couple of days, so I'm looking forward to it, and I know you guys are as well. Jump in, and honestly guys, best of luck. I look forward to seeing you out there. Okinja out.